The Quran was sent as a guide for hearts lost in this world, yet we leave it collecting dust on shelves. Every ayah holds a solution and brings peace. QuranGarden helps you open God's book on your screen and into your heart. Today, we invite you to take a tafsir journey with us through Juz 5 of the Quran. Let's start with Ayah 24 of Surah An-Nisa. Session 571, Chapter 4, Verse 24. And the fortified from your women accept what your right hand possessed. Such is God's decree for you. Other women are lawful to you, so long as you seek them in marriage, with gifts from your wealth, looking for wedlock rather than fornication. If you wish to enjoy women through marriage, give them their due compensation as an obligation, though if you should choose mutually, after fulfilling this obligation, to do otherwise, you will not be blamed. God is all-knowing and all-wise. Chapter 4, Verse 24. We start the Juz of 5 by continuing the list of women you cannot marry, such as sisters, mothers, and aunts. In the phrase, "and the fortified from your women," the word fortified is derived from the Arabic root hisn, which is the fort people use to protect themselves against enemy attacks. Similarly, when a woman gets married, she is protected by her family and fortified against the advances of other men. Married women are regarded as chaste through marriage. We come across the same term describing the Virgin Mary. God says, "And Mary, daughter of Imran, who fortified her chastity," from chapter 66, verse 12, means she maintained her modesty and prevented anyone from approaching her. So, fortified women could mean married and unmarried, chaste women. Then we find the following ayah discussing the women the right hand possesses. When they are fortified, if they commit fornication, they should receive half the punishment of free women. From chapter 4, verse 25. We ask, when a slave woman marries, is she considered among the fortified like free women? No, they don't fall into the same category as free married women, because if they did, the punishment for adultery would be the same, but the slave woman only receives half. Why? Because she still does not enjoy the protection of family members, such as fathers and brothers, so ill-willed men dare to approach and prey on her with little recourse. Thus, the phrase, "and the fortified from your women," includes free women, whether married or not, as they have families protecting them, but not women the right hand possesses. This perspective is highlighted by Hind, the wife of Abu Sufyan, who said years before embracing Islam, "Does a free woman commit adultery?" implying that such conduct was particularly associated with slave women. A free woman's societal status, her extended family and tribe, generally provides protection, deterring inappropriate advances from men. There is also the exclusion of prisoners of war, captured in conflict between the disbelievers and the believers. If the Muslims capture a woman, her married status in her homeland is nullified. God says, "And the fortified from your women accept what your right hand possessed," meaning her previous marriage contract is annulled. A Muslim can marry or sexually engage with the captive when she becomes part of his household. However, this can only happen after confirming she is not pregnant from her previous relationship. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "A pregnant woman should not be approached until she gives birth, nor a non-pregnant woman until she menstruates." Remember that Islam aims to end slavery. The master must feed and dress the servant from the same quality as his family. The maiden is allowed to enjoy intimacy with her master and live under his care, so she wouldn't be deprived of emotional and physical connection. More importantly, pregnancy would grant her and the baby freedom. The verse continues, "Such is God's decree for you. Allah has inscribed these marriage prohibitions, including the bans based on lineage, breastfeeding, and marital status. It is a straightforward mandate, making rights and responsibilities clear. The verse continues, "All other women are lawful to you, so long as you seek them in marriage, with gifts from your wealth, looking for wedlock rather than fornication." Wealth is the fruit of one's labor, requiring hard work and sacrifice. People cherish their wealth to the point of risking their lives to defend it. Even when inherited, wealth represents the fruits of the father's labor, passed down through generations. If you work hard for 20 years, God may give you enough provision to last a lifetime. If you work hard for 30, you may secure your children's and grandchildren's future. The phrase, "with gifts from your wealth," emphasizes that the man should provide the dowry. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "O young men, whoever among you can afford to marry should marry, for it lowers the gaze and guards the private parts. And whoever cannot afford it should fast, for fasting will diminish his desire." Since your money is dear and acquired through hard work, you should spend it on what brings you both immediate good and lasting benefit. If you spend it on immediate good, ignoring future consequences, then it was not spent wisely. That is the secret behind the phrase, "Seek them in marriage, with gifts from your wealth, looking for wedlock rather than fornication." Allah advises you to be honorable and refrain from violating the dignity of others. Use your hard-earned wealth for marriage, which will benefit you now and later. On the other hand, if you seek illicit relations with women outside marriage, you may achieve temporary pleasure, but will surely suffer long-term harm. The verse continues, "If you wish to enjoy women through marriage, give them their bride gift." Enjoyment is about achieving personal satisfaction. The enjoyment begins at the engagement. When a man proposes, it brings joy to everyone. When the marriage contract is signed, celebrations continue, and when the bride is presented to him, there is also joy. Many more come after that. Remember that enjoyment has many aspects, not just sexual, as some young men imagine. This is why if a man marries a woman and then divorces her before having sexual relations, he is required to pay half the dowry since he had part of the enjoyment. Had sexual relations been the only form of enjoyment, he would owe nothing. Join us next week as we explore the difference between halal and haram sexual relations and the enjoyment you can experience in both. Remember to subscribe and hit the like button and notification bell.
والمحصنات من النساء إلا ما ملكت أيمانكم كتاب الله عليكم وأحل لكم ما وراء ذلكم أن تبتغوا بأموالكم محصنين غير مسافحين فما استمتعتم به منهن فآتوهن أجورهن فريضة ولا جناح عليكم فيما تراضيتم به من بعد الفريضة إن الله كان عليما حكيما.
The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "Convey my teachings to the people, even if it is only a single verse." Please take a moment to subscribe and to share with your family and friends. Visit us at www.QuranGarden.com.